everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player.
Hello everybody, I'm Cengiz and I'm a NEY player.
Welcome back to Team Recorder. I'm here today with Cengiz Arslanpay, who is a NEY player.
I play the NEY, the kabal, the duduk, but I also play electronic.
And you're a composer?
Yeah, I'm also a composer, yeah.
So today we're going to talk about these instruments, how they work, how they're played. There's quite a few ways they're similar to the recorder, but many ways in which they're not.
Well, the NEY is made out of a reed, and it's an end-blown flute, so you play it like this. And it has no labium or something like that, so you need to train a certain embouchure for it. It's played in actually in Mediterranean areas, in Turkey, in Iran, in Syria, and that's actually also where reed grows. It's almost 3,000 years old.
3,000 years?
Yeah.
Wow!
So you can see it, so it's a very important instrument for this area. And there are different kinds of it. Mm-hmm. So this is, for example, the Turkish one. The Turkish one has this mouthpiece. You can grab it off. The Arabic one is without the mouthpiece. The Turkish people, they, I think, in the late 18th century, they invented this mouthpiece.
Okay.
And there is also the Persian one. That's this one. This has another embouchure. The instantly seen differences is this one has 5 holes on the front, and this NEY has 6 holes.
The Persian NEY has 5 holes. The Arabic NEY has 6.
Yeah. And I can show you the way of playing. So the Turkish NEY, you play like this. The Arabic NEY the same. If you put the mouthpiece on it, to hear the difference.
Yeah.
It's a bit more sparkly.
Yeah. It's a different sound.
And the Persian one is, you put it on your teeth. I don't practice this a lot, but I know the way of doing it. You can use your mouth as a filter, then, a vowel filter.
Yeah. Amazing! So you have your mouth open whilst playing it, and then wow.
Yeah, wow.
So for somebody who was picking up a NEY for the first time, how easy is it to make a sound?
Yeah, it depends. For example, for the Persian NEY, I think I tried for a couple months to get even a sound, because it's pretty hard. For the Turkish NEY, it also differs. I have some people, when I give lessons, they have it in 1 day, but some they have it in 2 weeks, month. And after having this sound, it's also developing the sounds, because it's all about the control of this area of your face.
Okay. And physically, what are you doing? Are you blowing air against the side of the instrument?
Yeah, it's actually, you blow it against the side and then it resonates and it makes this sound wave. Actually, this is a resonating tube if you go in sound terms. So in terms of sound synthesis, it's also very close to a triangle wave, but you resonate it with noise.
Ooh. Wow, it's really complex. Could you demonstrate that really cool thing you showed me with the overtones?
Yeah, so it's actually an overtone flute. So without any use of opening the holes, you can play the harmonic series.
Wow, that's amazing. I see you have a thumb hole on the back.
Yeah.
So with the recorder, that's used to go up the octave, but not on the NEY.
No, for the NEY, it's to go to the upper register. So when you go the most lower register, when you start there, here we open it. And after that, on the top register, we don't even open it again. So.
What is the range?
The range is almost 3 octaves.
So that sounded like a major scale.
Yeah, this is a major scale, but you can use it also chromatically. But then you use half fingerings. The music that is made and written for the NEY, you don't really use scales, but we call it Makams. So they are like melodic development and a certain tonic.
For those of you who it's a new term, it's like a bit like the function of a scale, would you say, and then the distances between the notes. So in a makam, how many steps would there be within an octave?
In a certain makam, there has to be 53 steps.
53?
Yeah.
Wow.
They are not all used, of course. For example, in Turkish system, there is 9 steps in a semitone.
Wow. But I guess they're not all used in every
No, of course not.
So in an octave, there are 54 possibilities that it can be split into. But how many would you actually use at any one makam?
Yeah. It's actually the same as a normal scale. You can use 8.
You have different NEYs of different sizes, so they're all in different tunings.
Yeah, this corresponds to the piano tuning, so everything close is G. For example, this is a very low one. This is F.
Ooh, could we hear that F?
Yeah, of course.
Wow. So each different NEY, the size of the NEY gives the pitch.
Yeah.
And then the makam, the relationships between the notes, you create that yourself with fingers. Does your breath pressure have an effect on the tuning?
Not in a way of playing.
Or the dynamics more?
Yeah, it's more dynamics. You go quite soft.
Yeah.
This is only the sound, but there are also schools in ornamentation.
What is the difference between vibrato and a tremolo?
In this sense, when you do the vibrato, you use your cheek muscles.
It's changing the pitch.
Yeah, it's changing the pitch. The tremolo is like, and so it stays the same pitch.
That you do with the breathing. And and it's the volume.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vibrato is with the cheek changing the pitch. Tremolo is with the diaphragm changing the volume.
Yeah.
Wow. And these come from different schools of NEY playing.
Yeah. For example, the vibrato is more from Niyazi Sayın. He still lives. He's now I think 91. And with the tremolo, Gündüz Kutbay, there is a name. Is a very nice player. He passed away.
These are schools from particular players and teachers.
Yes, yeah,
Ah, okay.
It's actually it's a bit because you have also this religious music and non-religious music in the Turkish scene, and the more religious technique is the one with the tremolo. Both is used, so it's not like this is better or this is not. Both has their own flavors.
Ornamentation.
Yeah, ornamentation. So the ornamentation on the NEY, we do a lot of glissando. You can go quite slow. You use the glide with your fingers, so you use both. And you go down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you go up as well?
Yeah, up you can also. And then you have particular movements with your fingers, like this one. It's like a trio. You can do this with one finger, like this. And each makam has its own kind of ornamentation. So, for example, if we go to a makam called Hüzzam, it's like
So, is the ornamentation related to rhythmic values or the degree of the scale?
Both. See, you try to fill the 8th note with 16.
It's like Renaissance music on the recorder making these diminutions.
Yeah.
And do you use the tongue for articulation?
Yeah. That's also a very very important question. Some syllables like t or k or we also use.
Oh.
For the higher register we use t.
Yeah.
So like you can use this t also in the lower register, but it's more like the hazy sound when you use k or the lower register you use. Yeah.
I have to try this on a recorder.
Yeah.
So we would use k, but only for double tonguing.
Ah, okay.
There's not many instances where we would only use a k and a makes us like
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice.
Just have to try that.
And you can also use it as effect, like where you can roll. Yeah.
And that's the tongue.
Yeah.
Wow, really airy
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And these ornaments, they wouldn't be written down.
No, the ornaments are not written down. The music itself is very oral music. So the way of learning it is actually to go to a teacher and he will show you the way of the ornaments.
So then you really orally pick up on, you learn these relationships of the makams, all of these tiny, what in Western classical music you call microtonal.
Yeah.
So what kind of music is played on the NEY?
On the NEY, classical Turkish music is from late 16th century till late 19th century, 20th century or so. The first one we know is Meraghi. He is a Persian composer, but that's before 16th century, so it's not really well known if these tunes are from him. And after Meraghi there comes, for example, Itri. He's from 17th century, 18th century.
Would they maybe combine with other instruments as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sometimes it is, of course, difficult to find the tuning. But for example, I play in a band in which we play with cello, electronics, NEY, and a singer.
Wow!
So, the feeling that is meant to give comes alive when it's played with traditional musicians. A classical Turkish ensemble would be with tambur, kemençe, kanun, and the ney. So these four instruments are very important.
What advice would you give to somebody interested in starting to learn the ney?
Yeah, the biggest advice is to get a good ney, because if you start with the ney, which you buy at a tourist shop, then you won't get any sound out. At the beginning, try to take some lessons to get know how to get familiar with the embouchure. There is a way to check your embouchure. The thing is, you need to get as much as air in the tube as possible. When blowing, you can put your finger here to check how much air you leak. For example, if you leak too much, it will sound like this.
Do you give lessons?
Yes, I do. Online or in face-to-face, what you prefer.
Okay, I'll put all the details in the description. Shall we play something together?
Yeah, let's do that.
So I brought my Rafi tenor with me, and I'm instantly noticing it's kind of a similar hand position. We've got this high thumb hole on the back. This was a small introduction into the huge, amazing world of the ney. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really, it's so interesting. I can imagine that there's so much more you want to know. I will put all the links down in the description where you can find more about Cengiz and his work. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here in the corner. Over here is the Team Recorder webshop where you can get different sheet music, merchandise, and up here are some more videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye!